Hey, what's up, and welcome to episode 1 of The Indie Artist, a podcast that's going to be exploring what it means to be an independent artist as a whole, what it's like to not have anybody backing you while doing your content, while balancing a job, and just everything I'm going to be going through as I am an independent artist. My name is Tyler Bussell, and I graduated film school last spring, got married in the summer, and been spending this past fall and this spring working at a lawn care company while also doing my own content, trying to write, trying to get on film sets, and do whatever I can to show my work and show my creativity. But this podcast is essentially just something I decided to make because it's something I wanted. I've been looking for a podcast that just goes in and talks about specifically what it means to be an indie artist, what you go through, the struggles, the ups and downs, how can you move on to the next step, whatever it may be. And I don't know a lot of it. I'm going to be going through a lot of it with you guys, hopefully, I don't know. And my thought with that is just that I can put this out there so that I can maybe learn from it later, maybe somebody else can get something from it. And also I just feel like there's a big realm of people in the film industry that do gatekeep, and there's people that don't, and I definitely want to be one that doesn't. So this is just me putting everything out there about what I'm learning while going through this process of being an independent artist, trying to make something work, trying to, get content out there and get somebody to see it and love it. And I figured I would put a podcast out because I used to make vlogs back in high school, and they were cool, but they terrible quality. It was a high schooler making vlogs that had no idea what he was doing with film, didn't know lighting, didn't know storytelling whatsoever. But they're great to look back on. They're amazing to look back on, and I love to just see, it's just a time capsule of the content that I was making at the time. And I figured I wanted to do something like that, and I didn't really like the idea of going back to vlogging. It wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't something I necessarily even enjoyed. It was just something I felt like I should do at the time. And they're still great, and I still love those vlogs from high school, but I wanted to be able to make something that, could be more personable, could be more of one thing that I'm focusing on that's a topic that I care about, rather than just, hey, this is my life today. And so, nothing against anybody that makes vlogs. There's plenty of great vlogs that I love to watch, and that's why I got into vlogging in the first place. But I wanted to create something like this. So with no more introduction, here's episode 1 of The Indie Artist with Cole Whitehurst, my guest today. Actor, editor, at least for me, both of those things. The lead in my thesis film in college, senior year, and back again. We haven't seen each other since the premiere of
Ages.
Chad Fantastic's Fantastic Adventure.
Ancient times.
Well, first I'd like to know, what have you been up to since Chad Fantastic's Fantastic Adventure premiere? Because that's just when the last time I saw you was. But then after that, I'd also just like to know, what have you been up to in a general sense since graduating film school?
It's interesting. I mean, I definitely did not think that, coming out of school, it was going to be like this, oh my gosh, you're going to get, all this work, because obviously you have to, seek it at the same time as you're, it depends on what you're trying to do, I suppose. I've been kind of in this space post-film school where I'm okay, I need to, kind of dial it back a little bit, because at the same time as it would be nice to be doing something in film, I mean, editing work is fun. Art direction and production design would also be something that is generally compelling to me. I haven't really done any acting since Chad. That was just this place that was so high tier. I don't really know how I could possibly follow that performance. But no, I've been kind of just working on trying to improve certain skills. I've been doing other general labor in the meantime. I have a job working security right now. I was working in Charlottesville. I was working in Lynchburg. I did a little bit of stuff not in Richmond, but just kind of just in this general area. But at the same time, I've been trying to improve with a lot of things. Writing.
Mm. Did you have a dream going into film school of what you would do with your life? And did you have a dream exiting film school of what you would do with your life?
I didn't think I would be here still, but at the same time, it's like life comes at you in a variety of ways. I really can't obviously see it any other way, honestly, because I'm very grateful for, all that's happened. Well, the dream, would be to, go back to Los Angeles and try, and I don't know how I feel about that at this time. There's obviously a lot of different places, a lot of different directions.
What would be your end goal? I mean, if everything, forget about doubt, forget about, what reality, like what would be your end goal if you could choose a position in a department or just a thing to do, or maybe it is just like staying at home and writing, like something like that. What?
I want to make my films. I want to make my own films. I've been teaching myself music production recently, and really that's the thing that's kind of taken up the most time recently, honestly, is just been trying to get that squared away, because that was something that I never really had a good handle on. When I made my thesis film in college, I kind of like outsourced.
What are you talking about? You made a musical.
Well, I wrote the music, but like I had other people like I had a very Connor Bonham and his wife Jamie really locked in on making that music for that film just astounding, because that wasn't really something that I'd ever done in my life. I've been a large proprietor of royalty-free music.
But that's still, I would say, I mean, maybe you haven't mastered it, but I would say making your thesis film in college be a musical is pretty ambitious, and I would say you did it pretty well. I mean, for the most part. Put aside all the craziness, and like, not that I didn't love that too,
no, of course.
But put aside that, and just the music I thought was, pretty impressive for just being like a college thesis film.
Thank you. I mean, lyrically, I have some qualms, but like it was a lot of fun making that. Definitely, just the way, yeah. I mean, that's different too, because it's like, especially with like comedy, is like its own like thing in and of itself, as opposed to trying to
do a drama musical.
Yeah, it's like,
because you can get away with a lot more.
You can just literally just do whatever you want.
Honestly, I feel like I don't want to toot my own horn at all, but I've been told that I can write pretty good comedy, and thank you. And I don't understand how people can't, because I think it's so much easier. I just I feel like that's what actual reality is. Like, in the world, you never have a serious moment. There's always somebody that's like making a joke about something, or is just messing up, or like stumbling, or like nobody's ever perfect. And I feel like dramas make everyone out to be like these strict, perfect beings. Even if there's like a flawed character, it's still like they're flawed in a dramatic, like cookie cutter way. But comedy, I feel like, is more like reality to me, because there's always somebody that's like laughing at a funeral, even though that's terrible. Like, somebody might chuckle at the funeral, and that's just reality. That's like what sometimes happens, it catches you off guard, and things that catch you off guard are funny, and somebody's gonna laugh. I think there's comedy in the world, and that's why I think it's just easier to write.
To a degree, it's like the best way to deal with a certain kind of like shock, honestly, and just in general, right? It's like, I'm thinking about the It Chapter 2, bro. They're like, they got the clown. They're all like making fun of it so they can defeat it.
I also definitely think that comedy and horror mix really well. Yeah. And this is just my own personal opinion, but I feel like the world is about to be struck. I think comedy horrors, not necessarily like horror comedies that like Scary Movie, but comedy horrors that are pretty serious and scary as heck, but have like mystery and some comedic moments to it, I think is like definitely going to be on the rise in movies coming up soon in today's world, which I think it already is, but just with like our generation, I think
a specific set of circumstances going on right now.
Exactly. I think our generation is like gonna be kind of like the generation of like the 90s kids of Scream, or at least the people that made it, you know?
Yeah.
Like the kids that grew up and were like, I want to make this type of movie that's funny but also has some grit and gore to it. I don't know. That's my thought. That's my hypothesis.
I would have to agree. I mean, it's a stacking. The world that we've grown up in has just had that layer to it in general. I think that definitely a benefit.
I mean, specifically like concerning Scream. The movie of Scream, brief little pitch without spoiling it, is essentially like these people are dying. There's a murderer, serial killer, or whatever going around killing people, high school students specifically. And in one of the first scenes that all the high schools, like the group of high school students figure out or find out that this girl died, they all like kind of make fun of it and talk about how she got hacked up and like they found her spleen in the mailbox or something like that. Like they're making jokes, and it's at that time it was like representing the people at that time and showing that, you know, this generation is so desensitized to things that they're making jokes about somebody being murdered. And I think that's so much more prevalent nowadays even than it was then. Like people are so desensitized today. Like you have no, I mean, it's just there's nothing even to compare to. So I think that's where we're going in movies, of like people are going to want movies with not shock value, but a story that's telling the symbolism of being desensitized, I guess. I just want to ask in general, what was your thought going into Chad after reading the script and barely knowing me as a person? What was your thought of like what you thought it was going to be like on set and what you thought the outcome was going to be?
I remember reading the script, and I was working at Walmart and I was pushing carts, and Glenn was the one who was like, "Hey, there's this film that I think you would be really good for, you might be interested in." I was in it, honestly, from the get-go. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able... I didn't know if my audition tape was going to be good, because I'm, like, back there, like, in the woods, next to Walmart, like, in, like, between the road and the parking lot.
I would love to just talk about your audition tape for a second. So, like, I mean, I don't know, I think we've talked about
like
this before.
6 times.
But I got a bunch of different audition tapes. I mean, I probably got 5 or 6 for different Chads, and... none of them, or they were all just like really basic audition tapes, like what you would think. Somebody's in a room, they have a backdrop kind of like this maybe. Nothing crazy. And he's like selfie style in a parking lot, just reading lines, or just saying lines over and over again. Like you would just say like one line 10 times in a row. You weren't like reading any actual script. You were just like... "Hey, what's up? It's Chad Fantastic," and then would like say 2 or 3 lines, and then would say them again like 5 more times in a different way. And then I got like 4 or 5 different clips too. Like it wasn't just all one; it was just like a bunch of different clips.
Yeah, I remember it was like it was the monologue leaving Bill's house, right? Was one of them, right?
Yeah, I think that was one of them. I think the talking to the homeless man at the beginning was one of them. Homeless Job.
Homeless Job.
But they were great. They were great. That was... because literally the second I saw them, I was like, this is Chad. This is... Not only is like this the actor, but also this terrible self-tape is actually... exactly what like Chad's vlogs would look like. And I was like, that's just perfect. That has to be it.
Yeah, dude. It was fun. Like I read the script and I was very excited. You know, you got mannequins, you got You got someone on a spiritual journey. I was nervous, honestly, going into the whole experience, and after we filmed, I was, you know, to a degree, I don't know, I enjoyed filming it a lot. I was a little bit like dissatisfied with myself. I felt like I could have given more, but at the same time, I think that it came out in such a way that was like
Perfect.
it was perfect. It was a lot of fun. Like, it just ultimately, by the end of it, I was like, we've really made something here today. You've created.
I just remember like the first day on set, we filmed the birthday scene, and that was like, I've never more in my life felt like I was watching a picture that I like invented in my head. I was like, I made this up. This is a whole, everything that's here right now, everything that's in this one shot. It was the one shot of you all on the couch. Like, I was like, I wrote that into a script and then like shot mapped it, and now it's here and it's beautiful, and
kept watching it come to life, and
like
you were having a spiritual experience.
I was having a spiritual experience, yes. But I feel like that's like the reason to be a filmmaker, and the reason anybody wants to be a filmmaker is the second you get that first feeling of like, and it even happened, you know, when I was in high school making vlogs sometimes, of like, oh, I planned out this vlog and then I filmed it, and shoot, it kind of came out kind of like I wanted it to. Like, that feeling, I think, is just what makes a filmmaker want to be a filmmaker.
And it was inspired by your experience with those vlogs too, to
Yeah.
a certain degree.
Yeah.
It's such a surreal way as well. Did you see yourself in the film?
Specifically, like when I was pitching it to my cohort, just when it was in screenplay form, I feel like I was constantly telling them like, this isn't me. You guys think I'm this like, because I don't know, I felt like in my cohort I was definitely the most goofball of a character, and that was just even more doubled down on when I started making an absurd comedy for my thesis. Everyone was just like, oh, that's the funny guy. And I was like, no, that's not me anymore. But this character, Chad, that was pretty much how I felt I was, or who I thought I was in high school, for sure. Was like, I felt like I was just this dreamer that nobody understood, and I was gonna make these vlogs, and they were gonna be amazing, and everyone was gonna love me, and I was gonna be famous, and like, I don't know, not the famous part necessarily. I guess I didn't really think that, but I thought that like that was like the thing. Like, that was what I was meant to do, and I was going to be making travel vlogs for the rest of my life, and I thought I had it figured out in high school because Casey Neistat did it. So I'm going to do it.
Yes.
But Casey Neistat is amazing, and I was a high schooler that was like putting down my Samsung Galaxy S9 and running away, and then walking across the screen, and then running back to pick it up, and not knowing how to like color grade or do lighting or anything, and I don't know.
Dream too.
Yeah, but I had a dream.
I think that's a good thing about like Chad too, and like also your mindset. I think that one of the best things about the character too was that he follows that thing, and even though it like kind of like he doesn't really, he's unaffected by public perception to a certain degree. Not that it doesn't like hurt, right? Or like he has to like leave his friends, and he has to go on this journey. He does get back with his old friends.
Yeah.
And he does become the president and all this all his business. But that drive is there. It's like you're applying yourself. Do you feel?
It's like part of it is he's dumb and just doesn't know what's good for him, but the other part of it is like just a relentless persistence to, you know, do it no matter what. And if he's homeless at the end, and if he becomes homeless Job, then
the film just loops.
That's what happens.
Yeah, but his weakness ultimately ends up being the thing that is his greatest strength that gets him through to the end.
Exactly.
Transmogrifying that biz.
Yeah. I'm writing 2 scripts right now.
Nice.
One of them is Chad Fantastic's Fantastic Adventure, the feature.
Oh, yes.
So,
Splendid, dude.
I've told a bunch of people though at this point, like, I'm making 2 scripts right now. One of them is unnamed, and I don't really know much about the story right now, but I will film it and edit it and have it done by Christmas. That's my goal.
Nice.
To film a feature film this year, my first feature film, and it's going to be crap, and it's going to be fine, and I'm going to film it for almost nothing, and
Guerrilla style.
But I want to film a feature this year, and that's my goal. But the second script is Chad Fantastic's Fantastic Adventure, the feature, and I've told a bunch of people, Chappie specifically, that, like,
Bless Chappie.
This script, I'm waiting for the budget for this script. I want it to be good. It's got to be at least, like, I say I'm waiting for the budget. To keep in mind what I mean by independent filmmaker that's broken trying to make movies. If somebody gave me, like, $50,000 to make Chad Fantastic's Fantastic Adventure, immediately, without a doubt.
Make that happen.
But that's, like, still, I guess, concerning film production, that's still very, very, very cheap. But for me, that's really expensive, because that's not going to happen without an angel investor or some type of donor or something.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, crowdfunding, but I don't really want to crowdfund. That sucks. Crowdfunding is terrible.
Oh yeah, that is a process.
Yeah.
You're being a self-made man. Make it that.
Self-made man.
Make that. Oh man, yeah. It's exciting. Scripting. Dude.
I'm writing,
What's the other?
or about to finish writing, for a TV show.
Oh. What is
that? Chappie is making. It's Chappie's idea. That he got a writer's room together this past fall, around, like, August, September time, and we started meeting consistently around October, and we've met pretty much consistently until the end of January, and now we have, like, a couple in-person meetings with just Chappie, the writer of that specific script, and our producer. So we're writing a TV show. It's an animated TV show.
Is this his
I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it. Yeah.
You've been
That's all
talking
I'm
about
gonna
it
say.
since I
did sign an NDA.
Okay, I got you.
So
I won't say anything more than that. I'm just very happy to hear that it's continuing.
Yeah, we're, like, about to be done writing the first season. It's pretty much there's a first draft of the whole first season, but we're, like, getting it down to 3rd, 4th drafts and final drafts. And I think I was told that they have an animator, or they're going to be getting in a studio, one of the two, in April. So that's sick.
That's so sick, dude. Writing it. What's this other? Your other film that you're working on.
I don't know yet. I kind of have a couple ideas. I have an idea. I have a general idea. My basic idea, I'll spoil it for anybody who wants to know, because I don't think anybody's gonna watch this podcast or listen to it and steal my idea. But basically, the idea is, like, I want to write a feature about a guy who is stuck living in his small town after he graduates school and everyone leaves, and it's, like, a really small town. That's pretty much the basic concept that I have right now. That's about it. And it's mainly just because I grew up in a small town for the most part, you know, going to Walmart because you had nothing else to do. And
around Walmart like crazy people.
Yeah. And also, like, I had friends that stayed at home when I went off to college, and I know that's gotta, like, suck, getting just left there alone. But I don't know. It's still in the, like, outlining process of that script. It's only February. So I started, like, kind of outlining it in January, and I'm, you know, going to try and be done with the outline, I think, by end of March, and then start writing, and hopefully my goal is to have Chad, the final draft, done by my birthday, which is August 6th, and to have that first draft done by the start of July.
Okay, bad.
So maybe filming in, like, September, October time.
Yeah.
For that. I should be, by the end of today, finding out if I'm going to become somebody's monthly content creator. And if I do, then I'm going to quit my job. I love my job. I mean, I don't love my job. My job kind of sucks. But it's not terrible, and I think I make a good amount of money for what I do, and I'm not mad at it at all. And it's great for, being an indie filmmaker and just trying to have a side hustle that doesn't get in the way of a 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm. And it keeps you moving, too, and everything.
Yeah,
Always...
and, landscaping, I don't have to go to the gym as much. I don't feel like, at least.
Getting strong out on the strong on the lawn.
How do you manage security and being a security guard and, learning music or any other skills you're trying to learn or anything else you're trying to create? How do you, what does your day-to-day for security guarding look like, and how do you manage that time?
Most of the week, you're kind of checking trucks in and out and writing down the plates and getting them inside the building and getting them out the building and filing all that. And then on the weekends, you're kind of just manning the shack. So I get a lot of time to just kind of sit up in there and work on stuff. I mean, I get to do some writing, get to do some...
I was going to say, do you bring a notepad or a
I bring
laptop
2 different
anything?
notebooks. I have my journal. I have I bring the laptop. I have some recording equipment as well. The thing is too is even outside of recently too, I've gotten a lot of time because you're basically just in one spot the entire time. Mm-hmm. So I've filled up at least. At this point, I think it's 7 or 8 different notebooks in the past to 4 months.
Wow.
Of I have I have had 2 different films that I've been toying around with that I've been wanting to work on, but I haven't put. I wrote an entire outline for something.
Great.
And that one's a comedy though, so it's I'm a little bit scared because it also it's kind of parodying some stuff going on in this town at the moment. Not
in this town?
In this town.
In the town of Lynchburg?
In the town of Lynchburg, Virginia.
Okay.
I gotta, I don't know. It's not like anyone's gonna see it that I'm really concerned about. But I feel like
Is it copyright or just?
No. It's just
Do it.
Yeah, no, it's I just wanna parody a certain group.
Okay. That sounds I don't want to know if I want to talk about this anymore. I don't know.
I mean, kind of
am I going to get canceled on my first podcast because of you?
By the Nazis.
Oh, are you parodying Nazis? Is that what it is?
No,
you can say
Nazis.
that.
No.
That's okay. They're bad people.
Yeah.
You can parody bad people. You can't,
I don't know if I'm saying too much right now. It's I just really want to make this film. It's about...
Okay. You don't have to talk about it.
No,
I mean, if it's a story specifically. It has boxing in it?
Yeah, I know. That's so... which is not anything that I've tried to do before.
Okay, great.
It's
hey, I was in a boxing movie.
I know you were in a boxing movie. So I'm thinking about that now. I'm Tyler was in a boxing movie.
I was, yeah.
You were.
I was in a boxing movie called Red Gloves, if you guys want to go check it out. Enrique Cheriboga.
Shout out Enrique
Cheriboga. Go look him up on Instagram, I guess.
Shout out Sunny State.
Shout out Sunny State, that was what I was trying to think of. Sunny State Films is his production company. Shout out that.
But yeah, no.
7, how many, did you say 7 or 4?
7. No.
7 journals in the past 4 months?
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. How do you...
I'm just trying to brag or anything.
No, that's
doing
great.
that.
I'm proud of that.
I'm standing at the door, making as people are walking in and out, I'm greeting them, and then I'm just I look like a freak. I'm just there
Is it mostly notes or just ideas, or is it?
It's
specifically outlines, or do you write dialogue and actual script pages in a notebook?
Yeah, that, or I'll just be recording stuff in my phone too. Mm-hmm. I'll just be talking for a while, and I'll be standing there this is just the dialogue of what needs to happen for specific scenes, or I do just general notes. I try to, it's a good I'm looking at your sock. I'm looking at a good combination.
It's a weird looking sock.
Very nice sock.
I have a black
sock and you have a white sock.
Nice.
They can't see. They don't.
They don't even know.
Y'all don't even know. Sorry,
I have socks with
exposed.
gnomes on my feet. How are you gonna tell me I don't?
You ain't even know. You ain't even seen what's going on up in
Yeah.
here. We got socks with gnomes. We got gnomes with socks.
We got very
Got
sidetracked.
knocks with what? Got what?
I say we got very sidetracked with the
Dude, yeah, no.
idea of socks. Have you heard of the Pocket Notebook? Pocket Notebook?
Is that like a thing?
It's
like,
dude.
do you have the pocket notebook in your pocket?
It's just a notebook
Oh,
that
the
I don't
pocket.
know, somebody on
size.
Instagram told me to start carrying around a notebook and a pen.
It's the way
Like
to
in
go.
your pocket specifically, like a small one.
Mhm.
And
That's literally.
because I have this, and then I have a yearly planner that I just got. And I've never used a planner before. Even in like high school and college, I never used a planner. But I wanted to get one this year because it's like a small black one, so it's only like twice as big as this. And then I have.
Doesn't fit in your pocket.
It doesn't. It does, but it'll like stick out because it's like tall and skinny.
You don't want them to know what you're planning.
Yeah, no, I don't want them to know what I'm planning.
They didn't even know.
And then I have one other journal. I have two other journals, but one of them I basically don't use. One of them I use for like if I ever really do want to write down scripts and outlines and stuff, and I don't really use that one at all. And then the other one I just have for doodles and for poetry. I write poetry sometimes. Sometimes I write, but this gets everything. This is like mostly to-do lists. I found since I've been doing this for like almost 2 years now, carrying around a notebook like this. This is my other one. This one's like, I've ripped pages out of it too, and it's burned a little bit because I just got bored one time, but
Nice.
both say my notebook on them.
Christmas time is here.
Yeah, they're great.
Dude.
But
Way to go.
I found specifically, I make to-do lists all the time. Like I'll make for generally each given day of my life since I've been doing this, I will write in here to do and then make a list of like everything I need to do for that day. And that's really nice. But then also it's just great because anytime I have an idea or something for a movie or an idea for a line or little line of poetry or something that I want to write down, or somebody tells me something, write it down. And also, I found it looks so much more professional when, like, if you're in an interview or if you're just in any type of, like, professional sense, that somebody starts saying something and you pull out a notebook out of your pocket. Yeah, as opposed to pulling out your phone, because you immediately just look like you're texting.
Yeah.
But this, it's like, oh, he's taking notes in a notebook. What?
What's going on?
Like,
who's that mysterious character?
It's so cool. I can't hype up the Pocket Notebook enough.
I can't.
I have GoPro stickers on the back of mine.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Dude. Yeah, I got the pocket notebook too. That's literally exactly what. I don't have it in my pocket right now because it's in my backpack. Took it out of my pocket earlier before we sat down.
Notebook.
Yeah.
You got a backpack.
Shout out backpack notebooks.
Shout out the backpack
as well. We can't forget about those.
Backpack notebooks are also great.
Let in the light.
I think that looks a little bit better. Being in a town that has honestly a really good, I'm not gonna say really good, a pretty solid film school, and then leaving that film school and now being in a town that has pretty much no film work. Because I feel like that's not usually how it is, you know? Like you go to Juilliard or like somewhere like USC, as soon as you leave, if you stay in that town, you're still surrounded by film work. And Lynchburg is like...
It's not really here at all.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from student films.
Student films, yeah.
It's pretty much all slim pickets.
Which is kind of crazy because, like, you know, you go down to just downtown Lynchburg on any given day, in the fall specifically,
it's popping.
You're going to see literally just actual, what looks like film sets, and they're just a bunch of students, like, with red cameras running around, so...
Big chillin'. Yeah, no, it's strange. I mean, I don't know. They tell you, go to Atlanta, go to I don't really know about New York and Los Angeles anymore because, you know, Los Angeles is kind of like becoming like, things are, you know, slowly moving away as much as I have wanted to go back there for so long. At the same time, it's like, is that the best course of action? You know, it's like, but then again, it's like I'm a stickler for wanting to do my own thing as well. Mm-hmm. So it just depends on where. I mean, wherever you are, you can do what you can, and honestly, it's like you're getting experience in anything. Gosh, Lynchburg. I don't know. I do want to leave. Myself. Would you want to stay here forever?
It's February right now. We're planning on at least renewing our lease one more year. Mm-hmm. So we would move out. Our thought is to move out summer of 2026. And we looked into going to Wilmington, North Carolina. Mm. Some people call it Wilmywood, is what I've heard.
I have heard good things about North
Carolina. I took a trip to Atlanta this past fall, and this is also a point I want to talk about specifically for this podcast, is I took a trip to Atlanta with Chappie, mm-hmm. our mutual film friend, the DP of my thesis film, to go see a bunch of Chappie's friends. We were also kind of my friends, but Chappie's really close with, and he was going down to this trip to Atlanta. He was going to see Rizzo and Matt Gaetz and Jake McMillan, if you know them. They were also all the year right above you.
Okay.
And I just kind of got invited to it to go sleep on their couch. And I think they're all having a great time. I think they're all really enjoying life down there, but they're all doing I'm gonna work as a PA or as this small position. And, I mean, they're all doing great. I'm not putting them down in any way. Rizzo's doing a bunch of great stuff, like gripping on, like, big sets, you know, and Matt's gotten on a bunch of really big sets doing locations and stuff, and I think Jake is like working at a rental house right now, but he's about to, I think, start getting moved into being able to work on sets through whoever his boss is. But like, it's that idea of going to a big city and just working as just doing grunt work for little to no pay, and you might not know where your next paycheck is coming from, so that maybe one day somebody looks at you and gives you a chance to go to the next level of grunt work. Not to win, but to go to the next level of grunt work. And then you do that for a couple years. And then the next level. And then you just kind of work up. And I don't want to hate on that plan, because, like, I see, you know, I took a trip there and I don't hate that. Like, I don't hate it. I feel like they're doing well for themselves and they still enjoy it, but I can tell, like, that's not what I would want to do. I want to make movies. Mm-hmm. I want to write and direct. So why don't I just start doing that now?
Yeah.
Like, why am I waiting for somebody to tell me when I can do that? And which I know that's ambitious. It's just like so ambitious that's why people don't do it, or it's like very taboo to say after graduating film school, I'm going to go write and direct. That's like the most taboo thing you can say, mm-hmm. is like that you want to be a writer and director. Like, are you kidding me? How big-headed are you that you think you're going to go be a writer and director? Like, no, you're going to go be a PA. That's what you're going to go do. And it's like, no, I want to go start a production company. Why can't I start a production company?
Who's going to talk about that, like, that slow build, but, you know, I think the ambition and drive, I mean, it all depends on who you are. Honestly, it's like, in what you want to achieve, for real. It's like,
because you can do that, and, mm-hmm. like, you can make it up. So, yeah, I think it really is.
It's still a satisfying, incredibly satisfying experience. I definitely I
think it's just like, I think they're both paths and options to take that are both fully allowed and, like, cool. But the problem is, in my opinion, is like the taboo-ness of going the one way instead of the other.
Yeah, like, is there a set path either?
Exactly.
Yeah. So take that taboo and get it.
Yeah, get it out of here.
There is no taboo.
It out of here.
We smack the taboo with a bat.
With a bat.
With a bat. Cross, it's gone. It's all the way over there now. You don't even see it anymore. It
Exactly.
did the Team Rocket bing, in the sky.
So that's, I mean, for me, that's kind of why I won't say decided, but like, because, you know, it was, me and my wife both decided when we got married, like we were thinking about, I mean, we made this decision before we got married because we were deciding where to live, but we thought about Atlanta. Like there was a good percentage of our thought that was like, when we get married, we're going to move to Atlanta because I'm graduating film school and like, that's where film is, and film is not in Lynchburg. Why would we stay in Lynchburg? But
Film is everywhere.
Atlanta is expensive and film is everywhere. You can make, if you have a camera in your pocket, which you probably do, you can make films right now. You don't have to go to Atlanta to do that. And Lynchburg is cheap, and I can save money and, you know, just enjoy the first couple years of marriage. And aside from that, if you're not married getting out of college, just enjoy the first couple years of college and make my own content. And if it goes nowhere, well then at least in 2 years I'm still going to know all the knowledge I knew going into the PA work, but at least now I have a portfolio of like, this is the film stuff I actually did myself, and now I'm doing PA work as well, and I went to film school, you know.
Gotta keep watering the plant though too, as if
yeah
because
it's the connections.
It's a consistency too. At the same time, it's like obviously it is not inhuman. It is human to grow disheartened. I feel like it can definitely happen to anyone, but at the same time, it's like also everything's still happening for a reason. Even like the most minute things that you're doing are still, if you're doing them, it's still working towards something. But you know, again, that like ambition is everything. Like what can you do with what you have right here in front of you? Like it's really, there's no path. It's just whatever path. There's no correct path except for the one you choose and are consistent in. It's like that Amelia Earhart quote where she's like
Amelia Carhart?
Amelia Carhart, like she invented the jacket. She's like, the most difficult thing is, and I might be quoting this wrong entirely, but it's the most difficult thing is the decision to act, and the rest is merely tenacity and just like literally just consistency. Just keep doing it. Yeah. Just gotta move. That's it. It's like you gotta do it.
At least that's what we have to continue to believe as indie filmmakers. Being an independent artist in any medium, you have to have the confidence to just say, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna continue to work, I'm gonna continue to be consistent, because it's gonna pay off. And the second you don't have that confidence, you're not gonna make it. Which is like such a paradox, because it's like, well, obviously, you know, the person who... But, like, that's just it. It's just consistency, and at least that's what we say.
And making yourself uncomfortable. Even if, like, doing things, taking the risks, like, you can't grow in comfort, necessarily. It's like the whole point. It's like a constant, like, the ups and downs of life. Yeah. And it's like the pain that you're going to experience ultimately allows you to keep propelling up and up and up, right? So,
do you want to do a little outro?
Outro time. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening to episode 1 of The Indie Artist, or The Independent Artist. I don't know, I haven't decided what to name it yet because there's another podcast that's called The Independent Artist, but I kind of wanted to call it that. So maybe it's The Indie Artist. You probably know if you're watching this podcast, because I'm sure I've named it by then. Is there any way somebody can support you if they want to support you, or is there anything you'd like to plug for yourself?
Nah, I'm
anything you have coming up that you want to plug, or no? You're good?
I'm chilling. We'll see what happens, y'all.
Cool.
We'll see what happens. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Keep an eye out.
Some shit's gonna happen.
For Cole. Keep an eye out for Cole Whitehurst.
Keep an eye out for Tyler Bustle.
Yeah.
Making that film magic happen. Thank you.
Follow School Bus Cinema, I guess.
Aw, yeah. You know it, y'all.
Follow this podcast for more independent artist tips.
That's what's up.
And come back next week, I guess.
Blah, 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 blah.
Skibidi-bop-bop-bop. Cool.
And then it like fades out.
Yeah.
Did you put whiskey in this? Did you?
No. It's still gonna be really hot.
What's your thing say?
My what? Oh, does it say something?
Yeah.
The universe is within you, bright and beautiful. Oh, that's so amazing. What does yours say?
Mine says, even a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a first step.
Nice. That's good. That's powerful.
Mm-hmm. What a way to begin. What a way to lock in.